morning, USA out film this morning, hopefully. I have you guys looking out the front. Man, I tell you, it's going to be changing again. This is just a test. I'm going to be looking at a couple of, what do you call it, suitable for the stop and go and the amount of driving that I do. You know, like the Dashmobile, it just wasn't, you know, I wore that thing out in a year's time. So I need something, you know, kind of like a cab, you know, like a police interceptor, you know, something that's made for a lot of driving, a lot of stop and go, a lot of, you know, I need something that's made for this kind of activities, that's going to last longer, that I don't have to, you know, put 3 sets of brakes on in a year and, you know, have to put, you know, 4 new sets of tires on every year. It gets expensive after a while. Months. So I'm looking at a couple of different options. We'll see what happens. But I'm a little nervous today. Some of the people that I'm going to be doing some filming with, they have very large platforms, which is good for us. It's good for Dash. It's going to expose us to a national audience instead of just a, you know, a Texas audience, which that's good news. That's good stuff. Hopefully I do good. I'm a little nervous. Not too much, but a little nervous. TK, what's up, man? Good morning. Yeah, going out. You know, Savannah Hernandez has been a friend of mine for a while. We have been planning this to go out together and do some filming and put more of a national spotlight on this issue. We have been planning for this for a while, and we just now, today, are making it happen. Stormy in my neighborhood. Boy, we had a pretty good storm early this week. But, oh man, my seat warmer's on. No wonder I'm getting hot. My seat warmer was on. So, I don't know. We're going to try to hit... oh yeah, TK, it is. It's more of a national audience. We're going to get a lot of attention put on this. Once she starts talking about it and puts out the film that she wants to put out, it's going to be a lot more people talking about it. It's gonna really open up that. It's going to really open up the conversation on more of a national level, which is what we do. You smelling bacon. And seat warmers toasty. Yeah, it's going to open up this the conversation to more of a national level, which I think is good. It'll put a lot more pressure on the city of Austin, which is the whole goal, is to keep the pressure as high as possible. And the more attention, the more people talking about it, the more attention, the better. Jeffrey, what's up? Good morning, sir. Heck yeah, good morning to you, my friend. I didn't really know that we were going to really be able to make this happen today until yesterday afternoon. Like I said, we've been planning to do this for going on a year now, and just now getting to the point where we're going to make it happen. I hope the stream looks good and clear like it did the other day. Basically, it's just about here in Austin, where we have recruiting levels of our police Officers Association, and he is a police officer in Austin. Last year was the first year in recent memory where they ended on a positive, meaning they ended the year with 3 more officers than they started with. The attrition rate in Austin is massive for police officers. And the recruiting levels are just, I mean, they can't get, when you have a city like Austin that's growing like a weed, and you have a district attorney that wants to put cops in jail, you know, you're not going to get, and it's just, it's, you know, it's not only is Garza bad for the city because of how he prosecutes or his lack of prosecution of crimes, but he makes it almost impossible for police officers to do their job, and it makes it dangerous for a police officer. You know, if it comes down to where they have to use deadly force, they're going to hesitate, and that could cost them their lives. You don't hesitate. I expect it will stay that way as long. Exactly. Yes, Texas. It will. It will, and it's going to grow. You know, there's so many people moving here from places like California, and they're going to bring the same stupid policies that ruined California. They will bring them right here to Texas. And, you know, if we can't right the ship, if we can't get people to the polls, that's going to be my focus coming up until the next election, the next big election. Is my goal is going to be getting people fired up and getting them to the polls to vote. That's the only way we're going to be able to right the ship. I mean, we can pressure these people all we want, but when it comes down to it, they're leftists. They're in the cult, so to speak. And they will not go against the narrative. And it's sad. It really is. But it's scary. You know, the crime is violent crime is on the rise. There's so many murders. Right now, we are on track to have a very deadly year here in Austin. Good morning, Holocron Library Fox. City's only chance is constantly getting new recruits, spend guns, training them. Yes, it is, and we can't get enough. We can't. You know, the city has to approve every new recruit class, cadet class, and they're not approving. They're not approving enough classes. I mean, we just, you know, they're not adding enough officers, and it makes for a bad situation. You know, we're already so many officers short, hundreds of officers short. I think it's like close to 500 right now. And so you have the way they get around that is they take like homicide detectives. You know, they'll spend half their time in a uniform working the street, and then the other half, you know, working homicides. You know, it's all of these, you know, different departments of the police department are, you know, they're lacking. TK, have a good day, sir. I hope you like some of the stuff that I have coming out later today. I've got some really good content coming out this afternoon. Heck yeah. Have a good one, buddy. Yeah, I've got some really good content coming out this afternoon, and man, I'll tell you what, ever true. Hopefully we get a lot of attention on the issues here in Austin today. That's the whole goal of coming out and doing this. Are we buffering? Oh, shit. Are we buffering? And this afternoon on my way back home. She's hungry. Don't eat breakfast. Brother, eat breakfast. Maybe I should. Maybe it would. I'm sorry. I'm about out of the. I'm about out of the buffer area. I'm sorry, y'all. I know. I'm kind of in a dead spot, but we're almost out of the dead spot. I promise. Yeah, I actually have Starlink. I'm just not using it as much right now because it's damned expensive. I do have Starlink on board. I need them too. Yeah, we hit a little bit of a dead spot. Sorry about that. Storm Chaser Mark, is he in here? I didn't even see him. How did I miss that? Mark, good morning, sir. I saw you were up early this morning watching the weather. I was out cold when that storm came through this morning. But boy, I tell you what, yesterday I got some pictures. Some people sent me pictures up on the outskirts of Georgetown, and we're talking about some massive hail, man. They got some massive hail. We're talking like 2-inch hail. A lot of damage up in the around 29 and I-30 or 130. You know, I am so upset with YouTube right now. Can you Starlink multi-channel transmission packs and cover the dead spot? Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I've got a pack coming that we that's going to be able to use the it's going to be able to use the Starlink and the bonded cell connections. So we're gonna I've got my LiveView Solo pack that will bond 3 cellular connections and the Starlink together. That's the goal. And then when I'm out and I'm mobile with like the protests, it'll just be the cellular packs. It's expensive, but it's the only way to do it. You know, it's like right now I'm spending close to $300 a month just for the Starlink. So when we add in the LiveView Solo, it's going to get expensive. But you know what? It's the only way to make a watchable stream. I need to have this watchable. But I am so upset with YouTube. If you can believe this, all of the super chats that you guys sent like 2 months ago, they still I'm still waiting for them to pay that out. It should happen before the end of the month, but can you believe they've taken that money and waited that long? Sincerely, holy shit. Yeah, it gets them. It's about $300 for the mobile Starlink. Yes, sir. It's about $300, and the equipment itself with the dish, the modem. That cost about $3,000 just for the equipment. It wasn't cheap. And then the equipment to mount it to the roof. People think it's cheap to do this, to run Dash. It is not cheap. Yeah, Library Fox. If you want to have a watchable stream, and you know the cool thing about the LiveView Solo, the service that I'm going to be using, is we can I'll have a person controlling the stream with OBS from a remote location. So we're gonna have overlays, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. 19 hours, holy smokes, man, that's a long day, brother. I hope you're getting some rest. Jesus, 19 days. Yeah, I get some. That's why, they demonetized me again, but I stopped taking the super chats because, 1, they weren't paying them out, and 2, they take a ton right off the top. So, I can't believe that it's taken them this long to pay that out, to be quite honest. It's ridiculous. I hate YouTube, to be quite honest. If you're if your channel is growing and you're new to it, they make it almost impossible for you to grow. Yeah, the YouTube is kind of crappy. X is good. They pay out like every 2 weeks, and then they pay out every 2 weeks for ad revenue, and then they pay once a month for subscriptions. And we have right at 50 subscribers at $4 a month on X, which is good. I just got to figure out more content to give the subscribers over there. I'm falling down on the job. It's asshole. China's asshole. YouTube's asshole. Yeah, I don't understand the way they do it. If you're not a large channel where you're making really decent money, it's almost impossible with YouTube. They make it very hard to make a living. But that's why even before they demonetized me, I turned off super chats, because it was just, I mean, they got their money, but they don't want you to have yours. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But here we are. We're all still here together. That's what matters. They hate puppies and old people. And guns. They do not like guns. Or pew-pews, as most people on YouTube call them now, because just saying the word gun can hurt you. So, for those just joining us, I'm on my way down to South Austin. I'm going to be out today with the wonderful Savannah Hernandez from the Post Millennial and TP USA. You guys probably, if you are a politics person and you're on social media, you probably know Savannah Hernandez. Yes, Mark. I can't wait. I want to get Mark. I can't wait till we get a good stormy day that Mark and I can go out and stream a storm chase. I am just waiting on it. Why do they have so many pylons that seem unused? That's Austin for you. They don't make much sense, man. I'm telling you right now, they don't. This city is the wildest city. And you're right, they're just kind of everywhere. Yeah, Savannah, I've known Savannah now for a while. We have been trying to hook up and get out onto the streets together for about a year. So we're just now getting out together today. We're going to have a film crew with us. So like I said, hopefully we can get some views, bring the pressure. Everybody always they try to knock me by saying that I'm only in it for the clicks, and you know, I mean, that's kind of right. There's only one way to bring pressure onto the city, and there's only one way to make this sustainable, and that is for the clicks. I mean, that's the name of the game. If you run a channel, you have to have clicks. And hooking up with a large channel like Savannah is a good way to get some clicks. Not hook up like hook up. Mama's probably watching right now. They are from Turning Point, I believe. Turning Point, you know, Charlie Kirk. Let's see, Mark says I took vacation from the 8th to the 15th. There's nothing wrong with a vacation, man. Hopefully you and I can hook up soon and get our... Yeah, I guess I should stop saying hook up. That sounds a little bad, doesn't it? It doesn't sound too good. Not hook up. I mean, yeah, that does sound bad. That does sound bad. What time is it? It's going on 11. I got time. Not hook up like hook up, but you know, hook up like hook up. Let's see, Peyton Jen. Which way do I want to go? I guess, man, did y'all see that they had another massive semi-crash on 35 this morning? 35 up around Georgetown is completely shut down right now. Another semi-crash, and I'm not sure if it was a deadly semi-crash, but it was enough to shut down 35. It's crazy how many semi-accidents we're having in this area. Jeffrey, I'm doing good, digging myself a hole right now. I think my wife is probably watching. I know my mom is. My wife knows that I am a very faithful man. I don't think, if you cheat on your wife, you're cheating on your kids, you're cheating on your whole family. And I am not down with that. Yep, Marcus getting a grandbaby. Gonna be called Grandpa. We're gonna have to change his name from Storm Chaser Mark to Storm Chaser Grandpa Mark. Let's see. Texas cutie. Guys never really grow up. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I love hanging out with you guys, man. Y'all make these drives, y'all make this job so much better. Getting to hang out and laugh with you guys. I'm live over on X right now too. They're probably the people over on X are probably wondering who the heck I'm talking to because they can't see y'all's chats. They can't see your chats. Elena Hubba is a good choice. Yes, she is very good at her job, Texas cutie. So it looks like as far as the tariffs go with China, they are working out some deals. So apparently there's going to be a deal worked out between the U.S. and China to either lower or get rid of those tariffs pretty soon. I know Trump was talking about it yesterday. So Temu is going to be able to lower their... Does any of you guys use Temu or Wish? Did they raise their prices? Just interested how they handled that, because their main thing was junk at cheap prices. I just wonder if they had to raise their prices because of the tariffs. Driving intelligence. Yep. Temu, like Temu, Wish, those Chinese shopping platforms. Come on, Library Fox, you got to know what Temu is. Hamburger went through the roof. Why does this thing keep muting on it? Texas cutie. That's funny. Gonna end up in jail for tariff manipulation. I use cash to buy stuff at stores. I don't even have a credit card. Library Fox doesn't have a credit. You know what? It's probably not bad. I know my mom, Killer Carla on here, she just had a fraudulent charge on her credit card. First one she's ever had, and it kind of upset her a little bit. But we're getting it fixed. I talked to Walmart this morning. Christmas, so my gifts are always frowned upon. You know what? There's actually some pretty good stuff you can get from Temu. There really is. I wouldn't buy body armor from Temu. 3 squares and 3 hots and a kite. Absolutely. Hots and a kite. We're gonna run down real quick before we go over to meet. We're gonna check out the camp over on. I want to see if that camp over at William Cannon and 35 is coming back yet. Bill, good morning, sir. I did research. Trump did tariffs the first term. They didn't cause inflation, but they worked, so Biden left them in place. Heck yeah, they did. Yeah, but you wouldn't get anybody to admit that now. Holy shit, get some. That's a lot of freaking money, man. 80 grand. Holy shit. I would have lost my mind on that one. Man, 80 grand. Well, it looks like it took 6 months to fix it. Well, you know what? The good thing is that they got it fixed, right? Good old Bill. Bill Treader. Lurking, being quiet. Nothing wrong with that. So, when I'm just kind of sitting and relaxing and being quiet, my wife and I and the kids, we spend a lot of time on the front porch. We'll eat dinner on the front porch and just kind of hang out when it's cool. And I've gotten into whittling. And last night, I ended up slicing my finger pretty bad. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all want me to show y'all the Band-Aid I've got? Check it out. This is how you know you're a dad. Let me see if I can... Oh man, it ain't gonna let me turn the camera around. Is it gonna let me turn the camera around? Nope, I guess it ain't gonna let me turn the camera around. Anyway. Man, are we buffering again? Man, I don't know. I'm trying, I'm trying, y'all, to get out of this area. Let me see if I can speed up. Yeah, we're in a bad area. Y'all hang on. We're gonna move on. Shit. Man, I hate cell service. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all can hear me, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out of this area. We're kind of in a dead area. Alright, stats are coming back. Alright, y'all, we should be back. I'm sorry, I hit a dead area. So far as Chinese garbage, if I buy things, give me another. Yeah, Bill, I hear you. Yeah, we hit these, I'll hit these dead spots for some reason. I pretty much know where all the dead spots are around town. Don't think they'll do anything for... Welcome to downtown Austin, my friends. Actually, welcome to the east side of the University of Texas. If you look off to the left, or the right, I mean, you'll see the football stadium. Why do I not have a charge going? There we go, now we're charging. University of Texas, there's downtown, my friends. The beautiful skyline of Austin. The skyline that has changed so much in the last 10 years. I cannot believe how much it's changed just since I've been here. So it doesn't bother me. Muslim cemetery. Traffic always bottlenecks right back there, and always bottlenecks right back there. I don't know why my camera won't. I don't know why I get nervous still. At least a nice day in Austin. It's raining in Houston and lightning. Yep, it's supposed to be stormy here again this afternoon, actually. So, I don't know. I haven't been really keeping up with the weather too much. That storm last night here in Austin that dropped that massive hail, it just kind of came out of nowhere. That storm popped up on the radar and it built in nothing, just no time flat. Get Some is the resident comedian. He is a funny guy. I bet he's a Get Some's the kind of guy that I'd like to go have a beer with. Right here at this under this bridge, right where you're seeing, this is where that guy jumped off the bridge a while back and got hit by the semi. We were live when that happened. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was last year. That semi hit that man so hard it yanked his pants off. And I kid you not. Yanked his dadgum pants off. Oh, man. So, I'm hearing that ICE is active in Houston right now. I don't have any inside information, but that storm was heading towards Leander. Then it should, yeah, it kind of popped up out of nowhere, Mark, you know, and then it had some massive hail. I'm going to post some of the pictures that people sent me. I'm going to post them a little later today. Actually, I may wait because I want to saturate my feed with homeless camps this afternoon. If you guys are over on my my X account, I know Texas Cutie, I know you are, Mark, I know you are, Bill, I think you are, I know Brenda is, Nanner knows is, I know a lot of you guys are over on my X page, so you know that I post a lot more than just live stream. Yes, Riverside, we just passed Riverside. Yep, that's it, that's the X account. Yeah, you can find me at Documenting ATX over on X. Documenting ATX. And if anybody is ever looking for ways to support the channel, I always either have a pinned tweet or there's a little $sign button at the top of my profile that has the information there as well. But I don't think anybody ever notices that button at the top. Just don't think so. Alright, we're gonna hop off right here. I wanna check something out real quick. I wanna see if ICE being active has stopped a lot of people from picking up jobs at the Home Depot. Oh man, Jim, did you see that? Man, I completely missed it that morning. But that guy was, what Jim is talking about is yesterday, or it was either yesterday or the day before, there was a guy that climbed one of the construction cranes here in Austin, and he kind of rappelled down 100 feet and then used it as a swing and was just swinging up there. They never caught the guy. They didn't yep, he got away. They don't have any idea who he is. But in one of the videos that I saw, he had a selfie stick, so he filmed it. It'll probably pop up on social media. Bill, I think I follow you over there. I think I follow you. If it wasn't for X, Dash wouldn't be here. Dash is here because of X. So if X ever goes away, Dash will go away with it. Sure will. And you can see ICE being on the prowl like they are. Let's see. X doesn't get on. I can see it, but I can't put it on my TV. Yeah, they're supposedly coming out with a way to do that. Yeah, that guy on that crane, Killer Carla, he was way the hell up there. That takes some guts. That takes some guts to hang off of a construction crane. I'm assuming he probably has experience. I'm sure a video is probably going to pop up on social media soon because he did film it. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here still looking for jobs. Look at all these folks. We're going to go out back the way we came. back when I was on the street, this right here is the store that I worked my way off the streets. This is where I picked up jobs. If it wasn't for this store and the contractors that come through here and hire people, I would have been in trouble. I would have been in trouble. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I was working here, it was some of the hardest work. Well, good Lord, this guy, I guess he's a little impatient. Come on, lady. Some of the hardest work I've ever done in my entire life. I picked the jobs that I picked up from here. It's basically jobs that nobody else wants to do. And so a contractor will come through here, they'll pick you up, you make $100, and they buy you lunch. $100 in cash, and they buy you lunch. Yep, they pay. Yeah, they'll pay. Cash, no checks, always cash. See, here's somebody right here picking up somebody. But you can see how many people are out here. There's quite a few on that. Was a very, very difficult job. I'm sorry about the buffering, y'all. I really am. I hit these dead spots. Okay, guys, y'all, I don't know what to do here. Well, Texas Cutie, apparently, how he did it was he rappelled down to the building and was somehow, I guess, I don't know how he got away, to be honest. No panhandlers, not right there anyway. I don't know how he got away, to be honest. Oh no, those guys a job for you. Don't be scared about picking them up. I promise. They're good. They're decent people. They just trying to make a living, and they will do damn near anything you want them to do. You know, if you're only needing, you know, a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours worth of work, $50. There you go. Just pull up there and roll down your window. They'll come to your window and you tell them what you need. Is that what he did, Jim? Makes sense. He got away somehow. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? What time is it? I don't know how the guy got away, to be honest. I'm surprised that the cops didn't have that whole area so saturated. I heard there was 2 people that went up the crane. Now, I only saw one person that was swinging, but I heard there was 2 people that climbed it. Good time for a nap. Waitings. Man, I'll tell you what, we're already in the, let's heating up, and now it's humid. Very humid. Call that spaghetti. Yeah, where's everybody from? I know most of you guys are from Texas. I think most of you folks are from Texas. I think most of you folks are from Texas. I'm I'm surprised my wife hasn't popped in here yet. When I left, she was sitting on the front porch reading. Stuck in Illinois. I bet that's a culture shock coming from Texas to Illinois. My wife is getting much better from her illness. She's still kind of taking it a bit easy. So when I left, she was sitting on the front porch with a book. I'm glad she's getting better, y'all. It was close. Man, it was close. I can't believe how sick she got. She got so sick so quick. And we started getting the hospital bills in. You will never believe how much a 2-week stay in the hospital. I mean, just for the medications that she had was $8,000, almost $8,500 just for the medications. It blows my mind how expensive it is. Kind of hope to be from Texas one day. You would love it in Texas. Yeah, man, it's crazy how expensive it is to go to the hospital. You know, and it was life or death, you know? So there was no choice. Oh, man. Yep, Killer Carlos from McKinney. That's where I'm from. Well, obviously, that's where I'm from. Library Fox, you would love it here in Texas. Come to Austin. Come work Dash with me. We need a good German. Man, they have cleared out all the homeless out of all these underpasses. Jeffrey. We're down here. Joe Rogan is down here. A lot of big podcasts and stations in this area that we're in right now. How's McKinney? McKinney's great. I love McKinney. It's grown a lot, though. I don't really know what it's like living in McKinney anymore. It's been so many years. I've been in Austin for a long time. Heck yeah, you're out in the piney woods. We don't get those kind of big trees here. We just have a lot of juniper and a lot of Texas live oaks. Juniper and live oaks. That's about it. Austin is getting very unaffordable. It really is. And it's going to get worse. You know, they're going to put some more bond packages up. It's going to get worse. Property taxes are going to get worse. And I don't get it. I don't know how they can. I don't know how they can justify it to themselves. You know, it's like, what's her name? Krista Lane, the D6 councilwoman. You know, talking about how, oh, we're putting in a new park and this and that, and it's just a massive homeless camp where she's talking about. Get you a wife. Killer Carla's available. Well, come on down. When you're here, reach out to me. I'll take you to lunch. Yeah, Samsung has a big plant here in Austin. Samsung has a massive chip plant here. They got in some trouble because they were putting off some liquid, something they were draining into a creek. They got in a lot of trouble for that. They got in a whole lot of trouble for that. I don't know how they made that mistake. You know, X is here. Killer. X is here. Tesla's here. You know, they're bringing, Apple is here. Facebook has an office here. Google has an office here. Apple has a massive complex here. It's not their corporate headquarters, but it might as well be. Then you have all of Elon Musk's companies that's moving here. The Boring Company, X, Tesla, SpaceX is up in McGregor. And I heard SpaceX is making a facility somewhere on the outskirts of Austin. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing in that facility. This is where we're going to start filming today, in this area right here. When IBM ruled the city. Yep. Boy, IBM, you know, I heard Steve Jobs talking about IBM and how IBM ended up losing out. He was talking about how they have what do you call it, the process down, but they have no content. And that makes a lot of sense to me. $500 billion. That's a lot of money. Christian, this is my friend's experience working for them. IBM used to be massive. And you know, I used to work for Perot Systems up in Plano long time ago. Ross Perot's company, you know, his second company. He built and sold EDS, then he built Perot Systems, and you know that I was with Perot Systems when Dell bought them. This is kind of a dingy little neighborhood. I thought this neighborhood was a lot nicer. Dingy little neighborhood. There was a murder in this neighborhood not long ago. It was one of them that I did not cover. Look at all the trash and shit on the corner. What in the heck? Dingy little neighborhood. I don't have any idea where I'm going. Let's see. Poppy Seed Lane. They're growing heroin down here in South Austin on Poppy Seed Lane. NVIDIA, I have a buddy, lives up in Ennis. He's got a pretty big investment into NVIDIA. He bought a boatload of their stock. A boatload of NVIDIA stock. Yep, this neighborhood used to be a really nice little neighborhood. Now it's turned kind of into a dingy little area. You know, up in the area where I live, where in the heck am I? Up in the area where I live, they're building a lot of houses, but they're all like the cookie cutter houses. You know what I mean? They're all like these. You've got like 3 styles of houses, and that's it. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Support the stream. We need help. Down in the description is ways to support the stream, the channel, the work we do. If you're on X, there's a pinned tweet at the top. I actually just updated it this morning. Help us if you can. There's a homeless camp right across the street that we're going into today. Getting ready to go into here very shortly with Savannah Hernandez. We're gonna park right up here. Ooh, look at that car. Look at that. Dadgum. Alright. There you go. Yes, there's the post on X. Ow. Library Fox is always on top of it. Yeah, we got to bring some attention. We got we've got to grow. We're right in that spot where we're big enough to have an audience, but we're too small to actually have any, big sponsors. And, so it just sucks. We're like right there we're teeter-tottering. We're getting there though. I may try to stream it. Sure did, Jeffrey. Sure did. And it's a locksmith's car. All the airbags are out in it. Poor person. Mr. Key. Mr. Key. Yeah, the homeless camp we're starting in is right on the other side of this intersection up here. I'll keep the live going here. Well, I'll try to keep the live going so I can introduce you guys to Savannah. Savannah's a pretty cool person. She is very popular on X. I think she got her start over on InfoWars as well. Yeah, she's with the Post Millennial and Charlie Kirk's outfit, TP USA, Turning Point. We were going to be doing this last year, and then she ended up having a baby. Oh, Jeffrey, man, I hate the government. I really do. The government blows. Especially the IRS. They're like the stray cat that you feed. You give them a little bit and they won't ever go away. That's the government. That's the IRS for you. They're like the mafia. They'll come in and take anything they can. The channel, we hit a bit of a growth spurt the last month. We grew massively. Oh man, the IRS they got me too, believe me. Now that I'm basically self-employed, they got us. But when you're a channel that works against the government and you're trying to expose the government grift, you cannot not pay your taxes, but they will come after you. If you are a channel and you don't pay your taxes, they will come after you. And thank God I had somebody helping me with the books. They will come after you. But I'm hoping this is going to be a good year for growth for Dash. I really do. I actually had a person reach out to me a while back and offer to buy Dash. I kid you not. They wanted to buy the brand and all of the content, the social channels and everything. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. That was back when I almost quit at the beginning of the year. I'm not sure what somebody would do with Dash, but it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, there's Savannah on Twitter. I don't know how many followers she has over there, but she does very, very well over there. I can tell you that. She has grown massively. It's just hard for a channel that is local, like we are, to really grow. If we were national, if I traveled around and if I did what I do in Austin, if I just traveled around and did it, there's no telling how big we would be by now. But we're a pretty hyper local channel, and really we have no business even existing. It shouldn't be very possible for us to exist, but here we are. Here we are. Somehow we find a way to make it through. They sit on it, do nothing with it. Well, that sounds about right. I mean, that sounds like something that, you know, a big corporation would do. I can tell you that. Sure does. Sure does. Yeah, you know what, that makes sense. I've never really thought about it that way, but yeah, they could buy it and then sit on it and do nothing with it. Buy it, sit on it, and do nothing with it. Well, guys, I've got to get myself ready. I've got to make some phone calls here. I've got to get myself ready for this. And but if you're on my X account, watch for some pretty cool content to come out today. Here shortly, I may go back live. I want to make sure that the crew in Savannah is comfortable with me being live. I don't want to do anything that makes anybody feel uncomfortable, and being live sometimes is tough. But y'all, please support the channel if you can. We need all the help we can get out here, especially right now. We are so far in the red. I don't know if we'll ever make it out, but we got new content coming out today. I got a lot of water, a lot of stuff in the back there that we're going to be handing out today. So hopefully we can help some people while we're out here filming. Yes, comb my hair, freshen up. Got to get the cologne on. Marky Mark, have a great day, sir. All right, guys. Like I said, if I go live again here shortly, I will definitely try. I just want to make sure it's okay with everybody before I do it. I don't want to pop a live in somebody's face when they're not expecting it. That's kind of not proper. But look for some cool content coming out over on X. Support the channel. Love you guys. And I will see y'all in a little while. Love yous.